I don't know, I think my most repulsive moment in video game history was Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 campaign mission. Your job was to walk through a civilian airport and kill every civilian. And just mow everyone down with a big light machine gun, 200 rounds. Jeez, I was repulsed. I was like, holy shit, what kind of game is this?
But you were behind the gun.
Yeah, I was, and I was loving it.
These days, video games are as violent as they have ever been. Yet games like Call of Duty are flying off the shelves. What makes them so popular?
When you first started out with video games as a kid, you know, all of a sudden you played Mario or something like that and it's fun and stuff, but then you get more graphic and then more things and then you want to go further and further outside the box, and these games provide that for gamers, and so it's just the exploration of those areas, and some kids don't like them as much and others do.
It's appealing to people because it's just so wildly different from what they experience, and it provides that sense of escape that people don't even have to consciously realize, but they still enjoy it the same.
There's some part of the buying public that enjoys it. It gets off on it. Maybe enjoys the adrenaline thrill, the serotonin dopamine thrill. They can sit on their butts in their underwear scratching and eating snacks and, you know, kill stuff and then get scored for it and hit reset and play again, and they never have to feel their own physical pain or their own death and demise.
Oh, you can do anything. You can throw a sticky bomb at somebody and then it'll stick to them, they'll explode.
Walk into a convenience store, rob it, shoot the whiskey bottles out from behind to intimidate him.
I think violent video games attract me so much because of the reward that you feel when you accomplish whatever goal is assigned to you in these games. Like, in any game really, it doesn't have to be violent, you still get that reward.
I took my friends paintballing to see if I could find any real-world connections to video games.
I've been playing video games since I was 3 years old, and look at me. Wouldn't kill a fly.
But you'd shoot your friend with a paintball.
Oh, I would. Shoot him repeatedly over and over again.
I've been playing M-rated video games for a long time, and I've never once thought about pulling out my gun I keep in my room and blasting my teacher's brains apart.
I don't think the violence would affect people. I think the only way a video game could ever affect someone to maybe go and commit a crime is if they're already like crazy enough to do it.
Exposure to violent video games is indeed a causal risk factor for increased aggressive behavior, increased aggressive cognition or thinking, thoughts about, images of, increased aggressive affect, feelings of aggression and violence, emotions that go with that, and decreased empathy.
Like you heard about, like after the whole Sandy Hook incident, like I don't know the big politician's name, they tried to blame it on violence in video games and things like that. I think that's absurd. I think that isn't necessarily something that's going to make an average kid, an average teenager, you know, that doesn't have issues already, turn into a homicidal maniac.
I don't think the video gaming histories of the shooters at Columbine and Sandy Hook had much to do with their shootings. It may have exacerbated their mental disorders that caused them to act in that way.
You know, I suspect developers create these games in the first place because it's profitable. I don't know, but I suspect that they wouldn't be creating these games if it was not profitable.
It's not like they're enacting some master plan to corrupt the world's youth with video games. I like video games.